We are the ghosts of ROTB present, and we're very disappointed in you.
Meh. I don't care. Well, why?
According to Forbes.com, 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. All it takes is a disaster, not unlike COVID-19, for many people to become homeless. Your comment that they should get a job is cold and misguided.
Well, I didn't know that many people were that close to homelessness.
That is why we are here, to help those who find themselves homeless or at risk of becoming homeless. And we have done some great work, especially this past year. Hello, Repairers. Welcome to the Repairers of the Breach 2020 Annual Meeting PowerPoint presentation. I am your host, Brandy Keel. Our attendance metrics have seen a 25% decrease so far this year over last year. This decrease is due to COVID-19 and our decreased capacity of our living room as we increased social distancing factors. Members with places to stay were encouraged to stay at those places to decrease our number of visitors. This included our members who perhaps are not homeless, but who enjoyed the camaraderie within the facility. It also includes members who remained outside during the fair weather and who only came for meals and thus did not sign in. Before COVID-19, the members enjoyed many activities such as art therapy and the Super Bowl. For safety, these activities were furloughed during the spring and summer. Our medical clinic saw a decrease in the number of patients because of COVID-19. Because the Marquette interns were no longer able to come because their school had closed and because the doctors had COVID-19 risk factors, the hours were reduced significantly and service was limited to medication refills. However, before the COVID-19 pandemic, numbers were trending upwards, partly because fall and winter brought the flu season, but also partly because 2 neighboring clinics had closed, and so those patients began visiting us. We expect our numbers to bounce back as we increase clinic hours and transition into telemedicine. One program that increased dramatically in April and May was our shower program. Pointedly, our showers in April increased 56% over March, before leveling off as other facilities began reopening. In addition, besides the COVID-19 spike, showers in 2020 have averaged 120 showers greater each month than in 2019. Associated expenses include our increased water bill, soap usage, a burnt-out washer and dryer, and increased staff time on laundry. However, with the grant from the Daniel Sorf Charitable Trust, we were able to purchase 2 new washers and 4 new dryers, and we can now keep up with the towels once again. In addition to the showers and laundry area, our clothing room has seen some changes. Our monthly averages are about the same, $249 in 2019 and $234 in 2020. However, from mid-March through July, our clothing room was closed due to COVID-19. Staff would get clothes for members on an emergency basis, but there was no shopping. However, we found creative ways to get clothes out to members, like hanging them along the fence line so that social distancing could be followed. We also hired 2 staff members for the clothing room. One runs the sorting room and the other runs our clothing store. Art therapy was canceled halfway through the spring semester due to COVID-19, but we reintroduced art therapy for the fall semester, hosted by Mount Mary University grad student Cindy. Due to the pandemic, art therapy is now broken up into 2 50-minute sessions, with a limit of 3 participants per session to allow for social distancing and time to sanitize. Our Breach Cafe has seen a decrease in meals served. However, this is because we stopped serving breakfast when the pandemic hit and instead focused on large lunches. At first, we required all members to wash hands when they got in line for their meals. However, we quickly realized it wasn't COVID safe, even when we included social distancing, because members had to remove their masks to eat. In response, we developed the prepare, package, and pass out protocol. First, only the cook and a certified assistant can prepare the food, using standard lunch safety practices like washing hands and wearing gloves, as well as COVID-19 safety practices like wearing a mask. Nobody else can enter the kitchen. Once the cook places the food in a clamshell to-go container, the assistant places the clamshell container in a plastic bag, along with single-use utensils and any single-sized condiments. The plastic bag is then shut. The members line up outside and then the lunches are passed out to go. There is no more eating inside the breach. Lastly, we would like to welcome our new cook, Mario. Besides serving delicious food, we see Mario becoming a kitchen manager, perhaps even teaching others how to cook. Financially, we have a few differences in 2019 over 2018. Our expenses were about 16% higher, but we also invested more funds into our programs. For instance, we spent over $30,000 upgrading our kitchen, adding a combi oven to cook lean proteins with steam instead of fats and oils, and adding new fridges and freezers, and adding other needed supplies. However, we also raised about 19% more funds, which made up for the higher expenses. Pointedly, we raised over $52,000 more with foundations and over $32,000 more with donations. Despite this, our overall assets decreased, but we are still very healthy and can continue providing services in the foreseeable future. Finally, we are on all sorts of social media and would love to connect with you. Come join us. From volunteers to staff to donors, you are all repairers of the breach. Thank you. If you have any questions about this report, feel free to contact Pastor West or Brandy at the emails below. Again, thank you. So you see, Scrooge, Repairers of the Breach does a lot of good work for one of Milwaukee's most vulnerable populations, the homeless and at risk. After all, when COVID-19 hit, we stayed open. And as evictions resume and more people need our help, we will be there for them as well.
Yeah, you're right. It's nice to have a place to go to get your life back together. It's nice to have a second chance.
Yes, but some of the members never even got a first chance. Some didn't get the opportunity to learn even basic things like budgeting or maintaining a household. Some need time to restart, but Repairers is preparing to help them with that too.
Ow.
You'll see.